"You can't go in there," the man barked, stepping between the Marine and the gate. His hand was raised, his voice sharp, and he didn't care that the soldier stood perfectly still, eyes locked forward. "I don't care who you are. This area is for family only." Silence dropped like a stone. A line of mourners stood behind the flag-draped casket, some with tears, others barely standing. And yet, the man in the dark suit seemed more focused on authority than dignity. "Step aside," he repeated, firmer this time, assuming the Marine was just some ceremonial guard, nothing more than a uniform. But the Marine didn't move. His white gloves remained at his sides. His expression didn't waver. One of the mourners, a young woman with swollen eyes, stepped forward. "Sir," she whispered, "please, he's not here as a guest. He's here because my brother requested it. He was a tomb guard too." That's when the tension shifted. People began to murmur. A few soldiers at a nearby gate took notice. The air grew heavier. Still, the man in the suit scoffed. "Look, I don't care if he guards statues in DC. This is a private moment." The Marine finally spoke, calm, low, unshaken. He guarded the tomb of the unknown soldier. He didn't just guard statues. He walked 21 steps for the nameless, the forgotten. Every hour, every weather, every day. And now he's here to walk one last time, for a man who once did the same. The room stilled. A mother, holding a folded picture frame, began to cry. The man in the suit faltered. I didn't know." But the Marine didn't reply. He slowly took a step forward, then another. Each one measured, each one deliberate. He approached the casket and stood at full attention. And then he saluted. It wasn't a wave or a gesture. It was a salute so sharp, so precise, it cut through the tension like a blade. It spoke more than any words could. It spoke of brotherhood, of silent sacrifice, of duty beyond death. The crowd seemed to exhale as one. A teenage boy, perhaps a cousin, lowered his phone mid-recording and just watched, breath held. A little girl in a black dress asked her father, "Why is everyone watching him like that?" The father, a veteran himself, whispered, "Because that's not just a Marine, that's a tomb guard. They don't flinch, they don't speak, they just honor." And then something happened that no one expected. The man in the suit, once rigid, once loud, stepped back, removed his tie, and lowered his head. He placed a hand over his heart and whispered, "I'm sorry, Sergeant." I didn't understand. The Marine didn't respond. He didn't need to. His presence had already spoken. And then came the story, from the sister of the fallen. Her brother, Staff Sergeant Paul Hargrove, had spent 3 years at Arlington. He'd walked that sacred path over 10,000 times. Not once late, not once out of step. He was disciplined, humble, and always said, "It's not about me, it's about them." When he was deployed, he carried that same spirit with him. In his last letter he'd written, "If anything ever happens, I want a tomb guard there. Not for me, but for what it stands for." And so his family found one, a fellow guard, a brother. And now, at Gate C of a crowded airport, the ritual continued. A lone Marine stood silently, guarding his brother until his final destination. No commands, no cameras, just honor. As the casket was prepared to board, airport staff cleared a path. Travelers stopped and stood in silence. Some saluted, others cried. The pilot stepped out of the cockpit and walked up to the Marine. "Sir, it would be our honor to have you escort the remains on board." The Marine nodded once. He didn't break posture. He didn't grandstand. He just did what he was trained to do. Honor the fallen. As the casket moved forward, the family followed behind. The Marine marched beside it, every step crisp. The sound of his boots echoed across the terminal floor, louder than the intercom, louder than the hum of rolling luggage, louder than regret. When the flight finally boarded, the pilot made one final announcement. "Ladies and gentlemen, we are flying with a hero today. Please rise." Every person on that plane stood. No one asked questions. No one looked away. And in that moment, there were no politics, no differences. Just one soldier, guarding another, across time, across miles, across life and death. Because honor doesn't retire, and respect doesn't need permission. Before we end this story, let us know in the comment, where are you watching from? If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button and drop a karma in the comments below.